Itemization is a key aspect to winning, going even, or surviving your lane. Long story short, it results in your ability or inability to snowball yourself. It's impossible to cover all in-game scenarios across all lanes, so I'll use top lane as an example. If you're harassing the opponent and consistently winning trades, you can effectively increase your kill potential by going for more offensive items. Armor and Magic Pen become a great first buy because it increases your overall damage output by a flat amount while typically giving some kind of secondary stat. However, if you're taking a beating and you're being out CS, you want to go more for a surviving lane. Sustain and defensive stats will become your best friend in and out of lane when the rest of the other team and your former lane opponent are hammering you down. If you go too glass cannon when you're taking a beating, depending on the lane matchup, you might overestimate your damage and give up a kill or two. Not to mention, you'll be going into team fights weaker and less impactful than if you had some defensive stats. Due to the pick potential of my team, along with the lack of a teleport summoner from my top laner, I took it upon myself to play as a split pusher with the Triforce item rush. My goal was to drag the enemy top laner to wherever I was split pushing in hopes of my team either catching someone out or causing enough chaos to allow me to grab a turret, which actually successfully worked once. However, I resorted to fighting with my team in an attempt to get some good flank maneuvers to win team fights. In the end, my team lost the match around the 42-minute mark due to mid and late game scaling and a few weird item choices from my top laner and AD carry. Maybe if I devoted the game to building like a split pusher or even a tank for the team, or if my top laner and AD carry built a bit differently, we could have ended the game sooner before their armor was too great. As you can see in this team fight, Bane practically did no damage to their tank line, and Wukong, along with myself, got obliterated the moment we initiated. To further show the importance of itemization and how key it is to the success and defeat of your team, here's a picture I pulled off my Facebook feed from someone in bronze asking why can't I carry. He was playing a Mumu in this game, and the game lasted 45 minutes long. Pretty much late game because everyone was either 6 items or getting to their 6 items. I'll keep this as short and sweet as I can so I don't go rambling and ranting on about a game that wasn't mine. Katarina really needed a Zongas, especially when it got this late game. Ezreal should have went for a Blade Ruin King and IA considering there was only one tank on the opposing team that was stacking armor while everyone else was stacking some form of health as defense. Syndra, nothing to say except the Athenes was a bit useless considering that there was no AP on the opposing team, except for the CDR that was good for her and the mana regen. However, if he had enough to sell it off and get another item late game, he really should have done that. Malphite and Amumu, they could have really made this happen for their team if they just built 2 AP items, which should have been Rylai's and Leandri's on either or both of them, but neither of them had a Thornmail. Ezreal could have built a Randuin's as a defense item. Katarina could have done that too. However, none of them did that. There wasn't a single Thornmail. No one was stacking armor except for their 2 tanks. It really could have helped them if their carries did so too. So overall, I felt like the game was extremely winnable considering the huge AoE circular kind of magic damage comp that they were getting with the Wombo combo. However, I guess between communication and failure to itemize correctly, they just fell off late game even though they shouldn't have. Alright guys, that's all the time I have for you today. Sorry if that last analysis sketch seemed a bit rushed, it's just I didn't have time to record it as best as I wanted to, and unfortunately I didn't have time to re-record it either. So if you could please support my channel with a like, favorite, subscribe, or share to get my name out there, I would greatly appreciate it. And if you have any questions, comments, concerns, or you want to rage a little about your League of Legends games or even my YouTube channel, just leave them below and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. This has been LoLReformer. I'll see you next week.